Huntresses, those Dryads go to town. You can pick off units one by one. The Huntresses die very quickly to the Dryads, and the Glaives are very slow. Especially with the Naga, you can kill the Glaives very easily. So if you ever are able to catch the other player out of position, you can make him pay for it. You know, he will lose a lot of units if that happens. So, you'll see that that Remind has been on this north side of the map for quite a while now. He's remaining in the aggressive position because Sase at this point in the game is stalling. Archer Dryad is not a very capable army when it comes to killing bases. So Sase knows if he can just keep Remind on the Remind running around the map, Sase's resource advantage will eventually take over, because Remind, there's no way that Remind could have expanded on his own. So Sase is just trying to distract him. But again, you as the Archer Dryad player can make him pay for this. If he tries to do hit and runs on you, your Dryads should make him pay. If he ever tries to bring his Glaives anywhere near your fight, you should kill those Glaives. Very high priority. Glaives are very slow to produce. They cost a lot of money in lumber, and they do a lot of damage to your Dryads. So if he ever leaves a Glaive open, you can kill them very quickly with your Archers. And your Dryads can make quick work of the Huntresses. So if you get into this position where he's trying to stall you for his resources, then you can very easily make sure that he takes some damage. And your goal here is to equalize. He's mining twice as much gold as you are. So if you can kill units without losing any yourself, then you're equalizing that resource advantage, plus gaining an experience advantage. And whenever you're fighting one base against two, that's always the goal. You can watch undead players do it a lot. They're the pros at this, fighting one base against two, and just making the other player pay for their expansion so much that the expansion ends up being a liability instead of an advantage. And with this army, with an Archer Dryad mix, if you have enough of it, you can pick off their units. And if you look at Remind's food count, he's actually not going above 50. When Sase has the resource advantage, it's he's trying to keep that resource advantage to a minimum by staying at 50 food. So here we have another big fight again. There's no real need to discuss the micro. You can watch what Remind does, and it's a matter of moving your Dryads around and focusing individual Huntresses. And you'll notice right there was the Priestess kill. Like I said before, the Demon Hunter is all about hero pressure, and he immediately put his Demon Hunter on the Priestess, and combined with the Naga, that eventually amounted to a dead Priestess. And so that's what you use the Demon Hunter for. You don't try to just use it as a tank. You send it after the hero, because even, you know, Mass Huntress will eventually die to this when they don't have a hero. So that's what you're going to use your Demon Hunter for, and you're going to rest your army to pick off Huntresses until the Priestess is weak, and then you're going to take out the Priestess with everything you got, which is exactly what Remind did. And now, if you look at Remind's base, you'll notice that throughout all this, he's put up a second Ancient of Lore. So I mentioned a second ago that Remind decided to stay at 50 food. So what he was doing with those extra resources was when he stopped producing at 50 food, was putting up a second lore and teching to tier 3. So once he had gotten to 50 food, he established the advantage, and was chasing Sase around the map. He uses extra resources to get bears, and it's a great time for it, because late game, at this point, bears are very, very useful. Because he's you know, had a few good fights with Sase. They have an even army. So the only way that a Huntress player can beat your bears is by having so many more units than you that bears don't matter. And he's been able to trade units back and forth, so Sase doesn't have a huge army advantage, and so bears become very, very good. Sase can't really stop the rejuvenation, and he doesn't have enough units to make it not matter. So now Remind finally is about to clinch this game with the tier 3 tech that he got. And again, in this final fight here, you'll see him immediately focusing down that Priestess with his Naga and his Demon Hunter, and all it takes will be that final Priestess kill right there from the Dryad at the end, and Sase will know that he's beat because he can't stop the rejuvenation and the Dryads. So even though Riemann was never able to successfully take down the expansion, he was able to establish map control with Archers and Dryads, pick off a bunch of units, make Sase pay for that expansion, and then eventually use his extra resources for a Tier 3 tech. And at the end of the game, Riemann's efforts had caused Sase's army to be small enough so that it couldn't deal with bears and rejuvenation, and the bear dryad mix was strong enough. And again, the Demon Hunter in this game played the role of the hero killer, putting pressure on the priestess from the beginning of the game to the end, and resulting in several hero kills for Riemann, which probably won him the game. So that's what the Demon Hunter does, and getting a Nagasecond just means that you're really focusing on that hero business. Naga's also obviously a big hero killer, and Riemann probably could have had just as much effectiveness with a Panda or a Beastmaster. That just would have been a little more of an army killing focus as opposed to a hero killing focus. But the hero killing ended up working out for him, and that's what the Demon Hunter is all about in this matchup versus Priestess. Just about sniping that Priestess. All right, so I cover a lot of stuff here. I didn't get to go into too much detail with any of the concepts, but this has just been a general overview of what it is like to play a Demon Hunter versus a Priestess. There's a lot more to be said about this topic. I imagine that I could that at some point I'll do another commentary on this very same thing, but whether or not that happens, you will definitely see more commentaries from me on the Night Elf Mirror. So if you have any questions, send them my way. This has been Balance from WCReplays.com. I hope you guys enjoyed that commentary, and I will talk to you next time. See you later.